the Middleman CEO. And for everyone who's new to the channel, please consider subscribing. If you do so, don't forget to smash the thumbs up and let me know also in the comments below if you're a new subscriber, and I'll give you a shout out. How about that? Isn't that cool? And so let's talk about it. We're going to get right into it. All right. I've been telling you guys at least for a year now that no job is safe. Now, there are jobs that are safer than others. So for instance, if you have a labor job right now, you might be okay. AI is not going to go out and do the work that you do. If you're a plumber, if you're a mover, if you're a house cleaner or whatnot, by the way, you should either be partnering with these businesses or you should be starting one of these businesses. But if you are, heavily involved in some type of labor or what we call blue collar work, then you're going to be okay. But if you are someone who does office work, a lot of phone work, customer service, retention, sales, if it's done over the phone and a computer could be used or AI could do it, you're going to be out of a job very quickly. So, and I'm not saying that to scare you. I'm just saying that to wake you up out of your slumber, because a lot of you are sleeping on the job, pun intended, believing that your job is safe, your job is secure. Again, if you watch this channel for any amount of time, you know that I believe that no job is safe and secure. Yes, there are jobs that are safer than others, but no job is safe and secure. And you should never, ever let your guard down believing that there is a safe, secure job. Please don't do it. Always, always believe that you can be let go at any moment, any day, any time, for any reason. If you do this, this will keep you on your toes. And if you're on your toes, you will be consistently looking for other ways to take care of yourself that does not include a job. Am I against jobs? No. I have no problem with you or anyone else working a job. I have no problem working a job, but I don't want to, right? So, but if your job is your only source of income, sure, keep your job. Just don't let it be your only source of income. Is that fair? So let's go ahead and get to it. By the way, for all the students who are new to the masterclass, if you click the link down below and it goes to a waiting list, that means that we are full. Nobody else is going to be let into the masterclass until we get more space. But if you click the link and it goes to the checkout, then do it quickly before the price goes up and before the class is full. Move as fast as you can. I'm going to teach you how to do 3 things: book customers, take a deposit, dispatch the work. Book, deposit, dispatch, book, deposit, dispatch. You got it. See, I told you it was easy. You're going to learn how to book customers, take a deposit, dispatch the work. That is going to be passed on to your VA. I'm going to teach you how to hire a VA. Your VA is going to handle all of your booking, all of your customers, all of your dispatch, all of your deposits. You're going to get paid, get an alert, not even talk to customers, don't know who the customers are. And the VA is going to take care of all the work. Automation is going to take care of all the scheduling, and the dispatching to the contractors or ISPs is going to do the work while you do what you want to do with your life and get paid every time a new customer comes to your website. So if that's something you want to learn how to do, build a business from your phone, from anywhere, then put the word middleman in the comments below or click the link in the video description below to get into that class ASAP. So, all right, so I'm here today. Why am I here? Well, I'm here today to say, and I don't do this a lot because I don't pat myself on the back, especially when people are losing. But I'm here to say, I told you so. You guys believe erroneously that, and I don't know how you've gotten to this, but boy, it is locked into your program, and it is a hard thing to overcome. And that is this: believing that your jobs are safe, believing that your jobs are secure, believing that you cannot be fired, you cannot be let go, you cannot be furloughed, laid off, etc. Yes, you can. And yes, you will be. If AI can replace your job, you're fired. It might not be today, it might not be tomorrow. I don't know when it's going to be, but eventually you'll be let go. And so we saw a couple years ago, I remember, I think this was like late 23, there was a UPS strike. Everybody was going nuts. might have even been last year. And everybody was going nuts. UPS agreed to, let's see, let me pull it up. What was this? How much were they paying for the strike? Let's see, UPS. All right, because I know the union was like going nuts, like we're not going to work. And I think it went up to like something ridiculous, like 100 grand. This was 2 years ago in July. It was a 5-year contract that's supposed to expire in 2028. Y'all, this is 2025. We've only been 2 years. They're already reneging on it. And so part-time workers went to 23 an hour. Let's see. The Teamsters, I think that's what they call them. So the Teamsters negotiated this beautiful, beautiful contract. Beautiful, beautiful bargain. Celebrated. Everybody was happy. And the pay went up for so many. And I'm not saying that you guys didn't deserve it. I'm not saying they didn't. It's you don't really see anybody working harder than a lot of these delivery workers. They are some of the hardest workers. And so trying to find out what all right, so they got a bump in pay, which ultimately looked like don't want to misquote it. But they got a significant, because I'm seeing different numbers, they got a significant bump in pay. And from my understanding, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, they ended up in like the six figures, like easy six figures, where workers were making I want to say close to 100. So it says on average the delivery drivers make about 100, actually about 95 a year, where the tractor trailer drivers might do a little more, 112. So the pay raise was significant in 23. Everything stopped, and the union was like, "We're not going in. We're huffing and puffing. We're going to blow this house down. We're not going to serve one more package until you pay us. Pay us, or pew, we're out of here," right? And we know they weren't really going to leave, but they leverage the ability to shut down the company to get paid. And so UPS does what? UPS does what any company will do in the middle of something like this, and that's fold. So they created an agreement in 2023 that was supposed to last for 5 years to 2028. Here we are today. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Here we are today, 2 years later, 24 months removed from that settlement of paying you more. And guess what? UPS has already backtracked. UPS has already walked back and said, "Sorry, we're not going to uphold our end of the bargain. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to pay you $3,000 for every year you've worked here to go away. They're going to give you hush money, not flush money. It ain't enough money to just ball out, but they're going to give you hush money to be quiet, and walk away. Because if you don't, here's the writing on the wall. So in my mind, when UPS settled, a corporate company like UPS was looking at their stock. And this, you could replace the name UPS with almost any corporate brand. They were looking at their stock prices. Let me see what happened during this time. All right, let's look at UPS stock price over the past 2 years. We're going to look at today. It's at a little less than $100. We're going to look at, we're going to go back to, let's see, it was July 2023 when this happened. All right, in July of 2023, because I'm always convinced there's a tie-in. In July of 2023, the stock was trading at 185. Now, I don't know a whole lot about stock trading. I need to get into that, because putting money into some type of investment is a whole lot better than sitting it into a savings account and leaving it there. But their stock price was 185. Man, all the way down from like 200. And so today they've literally lost like 50% of their stock. So by the way, during COVID, their shares were 118. that thing skyrocketed to 211. COVID just did some stupid stuff with money. And, so now it's hovering around about $100. And just over the past, let's see, 5 days, it's gone from a high of 104 to as low as $99 where it is today. And so all of a sudden, and that's not good. It doesn't sound like a lot of money, it's just $5, but it's really bad for the company's image, because the stock market is about the image, the perception of the company from a public perspective. How's the company doing? How healthy is it? Stock price is dropping, we might have a problem, right? And so you never want it in the red, but yet this company's continue to go in the red. So I want you to know that they were at 185 whenever they struck this deal. This company's all the way down. I'm just showing you how this works, to $100 per share. What does that mean? That means the company is probably not doing that great financially. A lot of their money exited. It's because since they've created this agreement in 2023, it's continued to do this. And you don't want to see your brand do that. A lot of changes are coming when brands do that. So if they haven't fired their CEO, that's probably something that's going to happen. Look like Carol Tomei is the CEO. She'll probably be out soon. I'm not surprised. Or she's probably one making a call, because they probably sat back in a room after the agreement was struck with the workers and said, we can't let this go on. We struck a 5-year deal, but we cannot let this go on. We're not going to survive that. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to work with this for a couple years, and then we're going to take it all back. Yeah, we're going to renege. Yeah, we're going to take our word back. See, you talk about integrity with people, because I'm big on integrity, big on in character. Like, hey, if you're going to do it, say you're going to do it. If you're not going to do it, say you're not going to do it. But be truthful, be a character we can trust and count on. Hey, if that person gave their word, they're going to do it, or they're going to die trying. And so I'm like that. I'm like, hey, if I can't come, I'm just going to tell you, man, I'm not going to be able to make it. I'm not going to tell you I'm trying, or I'll try to. Look, there's a good chance I'm not going to make it. I'll just let you know up front, because I don't like giving false hope. And so they sat back with false hope, gave it to you like, hey, we need to get these conveyor belts rolling. We need to get these trucks moving and the stuff out of this warehouse. All right. So, hey, good. Okay. What do y'all want? Okay. Gotcha. We'll give it to you. Let's just make a deal. Whatever, blah, blah. That's essentially what happened. And so then they started sitting back in the boardrooms going, man, how do we get this back? How do we fix this? Right? Paying their workers was a problem for corporate. So corporate's trying to figure out, how do we fix this? And so corporate decides, hey, I got a plan. Let's get them out of here. Let's fire them without firing them, so the company's image is still upheld. We didn't fire them. We actually gave them a severance and let them go, so we look good in the public's eye. And so what did they decide? Oh, for every year you've worked, we're going to give you $3,000. So if you've worked there for 10 years, $30,000 severance package. Now, I want you to know, $30,000 today is like $3,000. It ain't a whole lot, and it goes very quickly. And so workers are like, no, we're not going to go. We're not going to go for that. We're not doing that. If you pay us more, maybe. And I'm sitting there like, you better take that. You know why? Because they're going to fire you and give you nothing. So you better start looking at that deal and figuring out what's next. Because some people can take 30,000 and everybody's not going to get it. So let me be clear on that. There's some people that have worked there for 2 years. And so, but again, if you're making 100 grand, you're going to want to keep your job. I understand that. But you have to also understand, this is just a precursor, in my opinion, to layoffs. So eventually they're going to fire you anyway and give you nothing. So this is, again, these companies are really shady. They don't care about you. They don't care about your family. They don't care about your brand. They only care about their stock prices. That's why I always say, if you have a corporate job and you work for a company that's public, trades on a stock market, your job is always in danger. They don't care about you. They only care about the public image of the company. Are we looking good on Wall Street? That's all they care about. And if they're not, they're going to get rid of you. So saying all that to say this, proving my point again, yet again, that no job is safe, no job is secure, that you should always be looking out for you. You should always be thinking about you. You should always be focused on what's best for you because these companies are going to focus on what's best for them. They're not on your side as much as you think. Sure, they give you a job. Sure, they give you a paycheck to take care of your family. Nothing wrong with that. But you need to understand that that stuff's going to come to an end. And when it does, now the new question is, what are you going to do now? Are you going to sit back, wait until hard times come, burn through what's left in your savings account, and then enter into a financial desert, financial purgatory, needing help to get out? Or are you going to be proactive? Are you going to take the initiative? Are you going to see the writing on the wall and say, nope, not going to let that happen to me or my family? I see what you guys are up to. I got it. I see it. I know what you're doing. I'm not going to sit back and wait for you to let me go. Here's what I'm going to do. While I'm working here, I'm going to give it my best and make my money. When I'm off, when I go home, I'm going to start working on another stream of income. I'm going to start working on another way to make money that does not include UPS or any other job, fill in the blank. I'm going to start looking for other ways to bring in cash flow that does not include a paycheck. Let me tell you something. A paycheck is prison. The minute you start separating yourself from the need to have a paycheck to take care of yourself or to cover your lifestyle, that's freedom. That's the promised land. The promised land is not working on a 9 to 5 for 40 years until you die and hoping there's a retirement at the end. That's not a promise. That's prison. A paycheck is not a promise. It is a prison. If you want freedom, you got to get outside of the prison. No one inside of a prison is free. That's why it's a prison. But if you want to get free, you got to get outside of the prison. And there are ways you can do it. Plenty of ways. So if you want to continue working hard for a paycheck until you die, have at it. Do it until you cannot do it anymore. Me, I don't want to live that way. I don't even encourage you to live that way because life is short. Enjoy your life. There's a young lady, tragic story. She was, I think she was like overworked just recently and she was like, I need a day off. And she passed away. Now, I'm not saying it was directly related to the job. I'm just saying it's all life. Whether you're at the job or not the job, it's a part of your life. You're living all the time. And imagine working, and then you finally get a break and your time is up. I don't want to live like that. All of a sudden, you're out of here. And you're like, wait a minute, there was so much more I wanted to do. I know. But you spent that time working. But there's so much I wanted to accomplish. I know. But you spent that time grinding for a paycheck. You thought you were going to be here forever, but you're not. Neither am I. So I don't want to punch your clock. I don't want to sit in your break rooms. I don't want to sit in your morning meetings. I'm not interested. I've done it. I don't like it. I don't want you breathing down my neck, micromanaging me. I'm not interested. Here's what I want. Spend more time with my family, around the ones I love and care about the most. Travel more, eat good food with my family. And guess what? Get paid while I do it. Well, Shon, wait a second now. You're asking for a lot. That's what a lot of you are going to say. You're asking for a whole lot. You're talking about making money, traveling, and spending time with your family. Who does that? People who are free. You're thinking that it's hard to do that. You're thinking because you've been trained and programmed that it's impossible to be able to live the life you want to live and get paid. I'm here to tell you it ain't. I'm here to tell you it's possible. In fact, it's very, very possible. You think everybody's out there working hard to make a living? No. Well, who's working hard? Only those who are working hard. If I gave you a graph or if you looked at, or if you just thought about it in your mind's eye, how many people you know who are hard workers, who will tell you with pride, man, I work hard. Let me ask you a question about them because I don't know them, you do. Are they, or would you define them as being financially free, living their best lives? Or would you say, man, everybody I know who's working hard, they're struggling the most? And then everybody I know who's working less, they're living their best lives. Let me let you in on a little secret. All right, a lot of you know because you watch this channel. I live in a very affluent neighborhood. I'm talking about multi-millionaires here. People who build houses that are 4 times the size of my house. And my house is a 3,500 square foot house. There are houses in this neighborhood that are bordering probably 10,000. There's a few being built right now I'm like, I don't even know what I would do with all that space. There's a house in the neighborhood that looks like a castle. I'm just telling you. My wife loves it. We can't afford it. It's probably a $10 million home. I don't know. So, but, and every time we pass by, she said, I love that house. I was like, I don't even know what we would do with that house. If you were on one end, I wouldn't even know you were home. And so, and we just joke about it. But, this is a very fluent neighborhood. You pass through, there's wrap around driveways, G-Wagons, Porsches, you name it, it's back here. They got it. There's a couple Lambos back. They have it. Okay, I don't have it. They have it. I'm blessed to be living in this neighborhood, but I don't have what they have. Right now, I hope to get there. I don't necessarily need what they have, but I hope to always be financially free by creating $1 million a year business. Right. So that's what I think about. How do I make $1 million a year? I know you guys don't think about that, but I'm telling you, it's okay to do it. And these people are making so much money. And so there's a group here, a mastermind in the neighborhood for entrepreneurs and aspiring entrepreneurs. And whether you're investing, whether you're in the stock market, whether you're wanting to start a business or you have a business, there are people in there who own $1 million businesses. And there are people in the group who have photography businesses that might make $1,000 a month. It's just a variety of us in there, but we all have the same spirit that we want to be as successful as possible in the time that we get in this world. Because if you were told you got to die today, you're going to say, hey, wait, there's a lot of stuff I want to accomplish. My question to you is, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Do it then. You don't know how much time you have left. I don't know how much time I have left. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to do it then. Okay? I need you to do it then. Smash thumbs up if you know what I'm talking about. Hit the subscribe. Let me know if you're a new subscriber. By the way, if you have a question or comment, you're welcome to drop it. If you understand these jobs are not safe and secure, let me know. If you know people that are going through it, let me know. So if you disagree with what I'm saying, if you disagree with my taking, you're like, hey, Shon, listen, these jobs are safe. Let me know your reason why. And so, but there are people here that I know I'm friends with, and these people are multimillionaires. Here's some things I never, ever hear them talk about. You ready? Getting a job. I never hear them talk about finding a job. Never. I've never heard that come out of their mouths. You know why? They don't think about trading time for money like you do and like I used to do. And I'm not here to fuss at you. I'm just here to wake you up. Just like somebody woke me up. Thank God. And another thing I never hear them talk about. You ready for this? Savings accounts. I've never heard any of them talk about the need to have an emergency account or rainy day account. I've never heard that. I've never heard them talk about the need to have a savings account, to stack money in the bank and leave it there. Hey, let me check my balance. Let me see what I got. You and I, we check it all the time. We're trying to figure out where's this money going? Who am I paying next? Right? Now, my family and I, we've been blessed to live okay for the past 5 years, but before that, it wasn't that way. It wasn't that way at all. So, just as recent as 2017, I was homeless. Homeless. Like, nowhere to live, nowhere to sleep. Public restroom lifestyle homeless. Just letting you know. So, don't think for a second this stuff is impossible to go from struggle life to a life of financial freedom, whatever that looks like for you. And a lot of that's going to be contingent on what your bills and expenses are, because I wish I had my board. I could show you. If your bills are, $3,000 a month, then you don't have to be a millionaire to be free. You just have to make $3,000 a month. Here's the kicker: without having a job. Now you can have your job, but the $3,000 per month has to come from another source that does not include your job, because your job is the thing that's not reliable. And so one day that thing's going to be gone. So as long as you have income, 3,000 coming in from an asset, something that makes money for you, then you'll be fine whether you have a job or not. So if you, for instance, if you had, let's say you started a middleman business and the industry you chose to middleman was home cleaning, then all of a sudden you have a home cleaning middleman service, you have your job, you have your home cleaning middleman service. That service only makes you $3,000 a month, just $3,000, that's it. And then all of a sudden you lose your job at UPS. But you've been working on your middleman business. It consistently brings in $3,000. Not going to make you rich, not going to make you a millionaire, not six figures, not $10,000 a month, but that's fine. It is cash flow. And so you lose your job. Now you have $3,000 a month. Guess what your bills are? $3,000 a month. So now, and I mean, just a small example. So now that cash flow from that asset, sometimes those planes are so loud it sounds like it's raining outside, but I'm very close to DFW airport. So, but what was I talking about? This probably was an international plane. I don't know if you can hear those things rumble like thunder, those big A380s. And so all of a sudden, got to get my train of thought, y'all. I'm getting older, I promise. And so all of a sudden, you have the 3,000 coming in from the cash flow, and the 3,000 comes in, the cash flow is in, and your bills are 3,000 a month. Well, you don't need a job. Why? Because you have cash flow. Now you can go back to work. Nothing wrong with that. But let's just say it takes you a while to find a job. You don't get a job anytime soon. The job, or if you get a job, it doesn't pay much, because I believe we're heading into the era where part-time jobs are going to be the norm. I think companies are looking to get away from full-time employees. They can get more done from you in part-time. So what these companies are going to do, they're going to force the work onto you and get it done in half the time, which means they work you harder, pay you less. Also, they don't have to pay as many taxes or deal with all of the medical fees. So these companies, they're going to start getting, this is the day and age. This is like an employee civil war. Like this is a war between the Confederates and because that's what it's looking like, and the union, because the unions are the employees, the Confederates are these corporate business. So it's going to be corporate versus employees for the next 5 years or 10 years, because you're going to start seeing the integration of people and things who can do your job. So, all right, for instance, there's this app, Fiverr. You guys know about Fiverr. If I want to create, let's say, I don't know, a logo for a t-shirt brand, I can pay someone here in America $300, $200 to do the logo. Or I could jump on Fiverr, find someone in Thailand who will do a logo just as well as the person here and do it for $10. Now, how do you that want to receive $200, $300, $400, $500 for a logo, how do you compete with that? The answer is you don't. So there's someone in another country who can do your job for way less than you. What are your companies going to do? Hire them. Right now, when you call a lot of customer service numbers, Who do you get? Exactly. You get call centers from other countries. See, they've already fired you. You don't even know it. So they're going to pass these jobs to other people. They're going to pass your job to AI. That's right. Artificial intelligence is at the doorstep. It's going to take your job. Just like UPS is laying off. I'm convinced, because you guys are out there now going, let's boycott Target. Let's do this and do that. And these companies, because when you do that, okay, sure, you get to keep your dollar, but the employees at the company, they suffer too. So now that lady who wants to feed her kids, her check's not as big as it used to be, because you're not shopping there. You have a right to not shop there, but she's suffering because you're not shopping there. And now the company's suffering, so they have to lay people off. It's just a domino effect. And I'm not telling you it's right or wrong. I'm just telling you this is how it goes. I'm convinced that one day you and I will pull up at Target and there won't be a way for you to go in. There'll be a door, no entry door. You'll shop through an app. This is just me, because technology is moving this quickly. You'll pull up at Target. You'll do all of your shopping through an app. Just everything you need through an app. It'll pull it up, record it like a vending machine, go into, once you send it, it'll go into the big store. The whole entire store just become a vending machine. And then there will be a line outside for you to just pull up, kind of like what it is now. And there's going to be a couple people that grab your bag and your order. There'll be like door 1, door 2, door 3, door 5. They won't even need parking lots. You'll just pull up like McDonald's and it'll ship your stuff out packaged. Bling, 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 charge you, no process. You just pull up, pick it up, go. No transactions there, anything. It'll automatically deduct it from your account. Bling, 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 and gone. They'll probably charge you $10 a month to have access to that account. If you want to shop here, $10 a month. I'm telling you where this stuff is going. That's where this stuff is going. Because Walmart's already like, hey, we tried the checkout counter, but people are still in. You could go in there now and get like they have $7 like body sprays locked away. $7. It won't be long before they're locking candy up. And because people are taking it. Okay, so these companies are going to push you outside. They're not even going to let you in. They're going to say, what do you want? Bam, order just like McDonald's, pull up at the next window. It's ready. There it is. I'm telling you, that's just my imagination, but I think that's where we're going. Let me know in the comments what you think. But anyway, guys, the days of trusting that your job is safe and secure are done. In your lifetime, in my lifetime, it'll never be back. It's only going to get worse. Your job's not going to be here very long. If they can automate it or allocate it to someone else, you're not going to have a job. You need to believe that your job is going to be gone very soon. And the reason I say you need to believe that is because it will push you and motivate you to do something now. That needs to be creating another source of income, learning how to trade stock, starting a service business with a lawnmower, I don't know, painting houses, whatever you got to do, selling cookies, whatever you need to do, getting vending machines, whatever you need to do, starting a middleman business like me, whatever you need to do. The important thing is, it's not even how you start making the money. It's the idea that you need to start making the money, and you need to get comfortable with that. You need to accept that. How do I make money without needing a job? Because there might be a day soon where half of America is unemployed and trying to find jobs. Now, you can sit around and wait for that to happen. I don't recommend it. I advise you to find another way to make money. Here's what you do. Keep your job. Understand your job's not going to be there much longer, but keep it. When you're not at work, in your leisure time, find another way to make money that does not include your job, so that when the day comes and you lose your job, you're going to be okay. Your family's going to be okay. Your kids are going to be okay. Your dog is going to be okay. Maybe even your neighbor's going to be okay because they're not prepped. You might be their lifeline. Again, If you do not have another source of income other than your job, just over broke job, then you need to find another way to make money that does not require you to punch a clock. The reason a job's not freedom is because it costs you your time. If you want to be free, you have to control your time. By the way, another thing I've never heard rich people talk about, credit scores. Never heard it. So I'm not saying don't take care of yourself or take care of your credit, of course, but just conversations we've had, and I don't hear them talk about it. So let me know in the comments if you guys agree or disagree. I'm always curious. I'm always curious to find out what you guys think. I believe that we're in the age of no safe, secure job, especially if your job is done on a computer or your phone or a laptop or in an office or over a phone. You're out of there. If you have a labor job, I believe you're safe for now. You're not going to see AI painting houses, doing lawns, walking dogs. You're not going to see AI cleaning windows, moving furniture. You're not going to see that anytime soon. I love service businesses. I don't want to own one. I just want to partner with them. So what I do as a middleman, I partner with moving companies here in Dallas. And they already own trucks, crews, equipment, supplies, all of that. And guess what? They're already good at what they do. And so I partner with them by creating a middleman moving company, and I let them go out and do the work. All I do is book the customers, take a $150 deposit for myself. So if I do that even 2 times a day, that's $300 from home. Then the work goes out to them. They actually go out and do the physical work, and the customer pays them the balance. I don't get that. I only get a deposit up front, $150 into my account. That's my money. Am I going out to do the customer's work? No. Am I cleaning your house? No. Moving your furniture? No. Walking your dog? No. Watching your kids? No. Tinting your windows? No. Cleaning your vehicle? No. Cleaning your house, your lawn, your windows? No. I don't even know how, and I don't want to. That's why, just like with Uber and Airbnb finds customers, match the customers with people who have the service. You're a driver, they find you. You have a home you want to rent, they find you. They'll match you with these companies, with the customers, and get paid a commission to do it. They'll take their cut, you get the rest. That's how this works. Fiverr, I mentioned earlier, Fiverr's a middleman company. I can go there to Fiverr right now and have Fiverr design me a logo. But Fiverr, the company, doesn't design logos. They connect you with someone who does the logo for you. That's a middleman. So a middleman is just someone who's in the middle who connects a customer with a service provider and get paid to do it. So if you want to learn how to do that, do it from your phone, do it from your laptop. That's freedom. I teach you how to set that business up, how to get a VA, let the VA do the book deposit dispatch for you. Imagine being out with your friends, having lunch, getting an alert from Stripe or whatever account you choose, merchant account, and it says, hey, you made $150 just now. What? Yeah, John just paid you $150. While I'm sitting here talking to my friends, I don't even know who John is. I haven't even talked to John. John just paid you to book on your website. Wait, John just went to my website, said, I need to move, put in the information, paid the deposit, and was gone? Yeah. And it doesn't have to be moving. He could go to your cleaning website. He could go to your window washing website. He could go to your roofing website, your home repair website, your handyman website, your vehicle detail website, whatever you choose. So I teach you how to choose an industry. What industry do you want to get into? I teach you how to research it and find the best industry, because it does not matter if you don't know how to do the work. You don't do the work. So if you're sitting here right now and you're like, I need to make income from another way, tell me more about this middleman business model. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to choose an industry for you. What's the industry? I don't know how to do anything. Perfect. You don't have to. So what's happening? Let's go through an industry. Let's say, for instance, you choose home cleaning. Okay, gotcha. Let's go with home cleaning. A lot of students do that. Let's go with home cleaning. All right. Let's set up everything on your website. I'm gonna teach you how to do all this, help you get all this set up for you. Bam! Now you got your website. You're launching in a popular city like, let's say, Atlanta. And by the way, you don't even have to live in Atlanta to launch in Atlanta. You can launch your business anywhere because it's done from your phone. You launch your business, bam, I teach you how to promote it, bam, customer calls in. If I could share the screen, I would show you a bunch of texts from students that are like, hey, got my first customer today, got my first deposit. But bam, customer calls you. Now a customer reaches out to you. You're talking to a customer. Well, you're not, the VA is. But you're out hanging out with your friends. Customer reaches out to your website, says, hey, I need cleaning service in Atlanta on this day, this time. Your website